Okay, so Ashley, as I said, I'm starting with you because I've read for you before, so I recognize your dad's energy, and he's just getting so excited. Like he's so excited, and I'm not sure what's going on. I know that you're probably heavily pregnant, because the second that I start tapping into your energy, I get even hotter. I recognize being pregnant in the summer energy. It's not fun. When are you due, hun? Is it September?
September 2nd.
So yeah, you're at the stage where you're freaking done with this shit. Yeah.
I'm like, that's not my focus. The focus is the company.
The company.
Well, no, I know that's not your focus, but before we get to your focus, just know I can feel that energy all around you. Okay. The company, like your business, you mean?
Yes. So we finally got it's been such a
Well,
it's not been a struggle. It's just been very up and down and non-predictable and
tough.
which I know. And like you said, you've said this before with, well, would you deliver early? So I'm literally seeing this now. The company opens and I'm going to deliver.
Hmm.
Or no.
That's how it feels. I I will get the keys August 1st.
Second. Isn't that what I said?
Well, it doesn't matter. The
A month
beginning,
before the baby's born, literally to the day. That's significant.
Yep. August 2nd, that's what they said.
yes, but it'll be renovations, so it's not
Mm-hmm.
like I get to open right then. So
Yep.
it'll literally be like September 2nd to open.
Just the same day you're due. This should be signs to let you know that you are on the right path. You've heard me say this before. You can have 99 things going wrong in your life and only one thing going right. And if you put all your attention and focus on that one right thing, everything else will change to match that vibration. That's what you've got going on. There is so much. No wonder as I come to you, it's important that I tell you what I can feel around you before you tell me your focus. Because like I said, all I can feel is excitement, and the momentum around you is like, let's go, like so excited.
Yeah.
And so, because of that, everything is matching that vibration all around the same time. You are birthing literally a child and a business at the exact same time. Now,
Yeah.
that should give you comfort, letting you know that it's all going to happen exactly the way it's supposed to, because you are in alignment. It would be scarier if you were out of alignment. So think about it for an example. Everything is about ready to birth at the same time that the baby's about to birth. What if at the same moment that you were ready to birth, you still had another month of pregnancy to go? Do you know how hard that would be to be pregnant in that birth energy? That's going to be extremely hard. It's hard to be in a pregnant energy and a birth energy at the same time. So
Hmm.
everything is lining up at the same time. It's kind of like when the river is flowing already, you don't try to swim upstream. That's the time to just lay back and let it carry you. That's why it's lining up at the same time.
Hmm.
So you got two choices. You can look at this through fear goggles and say, oh my gosh, everything's at the same time. This feels, I don't know what to do. It just is all coming at the same time, and be afraid. Or you can be excited seeing the alignments and go, oh, this is awesome. Everything's aligned and coordinated and flowing without even very much effort from you. All you have to do is sit back and relax and let them carry you through. The dates are significant. The dates are in synchronicity. What do the twos mean? We've been over this before. You got two twos. You got August 2nd, September 2nd, 2 2. What is that telling you? Remember what the twos
Um,
mean? Twos mean that
No.
something that you have been previously manifesting is in the here and now.
oh,
Ones, when you see 11111, that's a sign to pay attention to your thoughts, because what you are thinking now will manifest tomorrow. When you're seeing twos around you, that means that something you were previously thinking about and manifesting is in the here and now. Threes are alignment, meaning that you're being aligned and carried through. If you don't see where the help is coming from yet, don't worry. It is being aligned into your world. Fours are protection. Fives are change. Sixes are reflection on home and family. Sevens are God's number, which lets you know that you have God's participation and approval in whatever is going on. Eights are abundance and money and resources and opportunities. Nines are the end of a cycle before you begin a new one. So the fact that you are seeing twos everywhere and you are trying to manifest a physical baby and a physical company, you're right on track. You just got to recognize that the universe is sending you positive messages and tap into that energy. Don't even just lay back and let it carry you. That's how much, that's all you have to do at this point is let go and relax.
Okay.
That's why your dad's so excited. That's why he's like, go to me first, me first, me first.
I've
Okay.
just been, I don't have all the pieces. All the pieces aren't shown yet for the financial part of it for the lenders. And so the first, I have to make a decision to take out the money that my brother's given me to send over. And I'm just hoping that doesn't affect the future lending, that I've taken that money out to for the new things that I have to pay.
So in this case, what you just described, you're asking for discernment. You need discernment. Do you understand the word discernment?
No.
So when we're done, I want you to look it up. And I will, this, what you're asking for is I can't give to you, but they can. God can. Your loved ones can, which is, there you go, spiritual emphasis. The air conditioner outside my window, boom, on at that exact moment, which we know is spiritual emphasis. So in this moment, this is where, and now my thing lights up. In this moment is where you go, thank you, God, for showing me discernment, which is like clarity, discernment on which steps you want me to take. This is God's company. You are creating a company that is going to heal in this world. This is being created through you, not by you. And when you understand that, you say, thank you for giving me the discernment on how to set up this funding and which steps to take. I want to feel clarity that this is the right step. I need to know that reassurance. Thank you for guiding my steps. When you phrase it that way, you will be given clarity. But the way that you phrased it was that you were trying to base your decision forward on what will or won't happen. I'm afraid this could happen, or I'm afraid that could happen. And that's just going to make those things happen. So you say, thank you, God, for showing me my steps forward. Thank you, Dad, for carrying me forward. Do you see what I mean? Thank you for
Yeah.
giving me discernment and clarity. So I know in my heart of hearts that this is the right step. Because you'll feel it. He doesn't always tell us his plan, especially when you're doing something that big, because if
It's been very blind the whole time, blind.
yeah, because sometimes if he gives you too much information ahead of time, there are forces in this world that will sabotage something like that. And so if God keeps those cards to himself and delivers them one step at a time, and as you have faith, it just lines up, right? So far, as you have faith, as you go forward, it just all falls into place, right? That's how it works when you're building something important in this world, because there are forces that will try to stop you from doing that. Okay. Your dad's got he's been doing this long enough. He's like, we're not here to predict. We're here to tell you that I'm here. And he's like talking about things going on. Are you at a vacation home right now or something? Like he's talking about being on vacation.
I'm on mat leave now.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yep, she's on vacation.
So it's been such a blessing to not
Yeah.
go into that main job.
He knows.
It's been really beautiful.
So
And
just, yeah,
go ahead.
just keep thanking them for giving you the clarity that you need to make the decisions moving forward and showing you the path. And, maybe I'll give you one little hint before I pull back a little bit that I've found God will give me more answers if I shut my mouth. What that means is sometimes he doesn't want you to go out there and speak it to everybody. And it's a very well known old fact that, and I think it's written in the Bible somewhere, where it's like, keep your plans to yourself, that so that nobody else can thwart those plans. And in this case, it feels a little bit like that with you as well, to just keep those plans to yourself. Maybe don't tell everybody about it, and you will understand quicker. Interesting. 3, not 4. Interesting. It feels like this is going to move forward with 3 people, not 4. I don't know what that means. Were you trying to move this forward with 4 people?
Just myself and my mom. Do I need to bring my brother in?
Nah, when we say discernment, I smile because this is where it gets fun, right? They give you a piece of information like that you can't make sense of yet. Oh, it's going to make sense soon, because it was very clear. 3, not 4, and I saw you being protected from the 4th. But it's complicated and you won't understand a message like that right now. So you'll only understand it at the moment that you're meant to. It's kind of like, I remember a friend of mine asking me a long time ago. She was trying to adopt a child through Alberta social services and stuff. And I remember her asking me, is this going to be my little boy? And she showed me the picture of this little boy. She had done her research. This was the little boy she wanted. And I just kept getting no, that there was something about sisters. She's like, we don't want a girl. We're adopting a boy as like a brother for our son. And I'm like, I'm not seeing that. And I'm seeing something about sisters. She's like, and we're certainly not adopting 2 kids. And so it was very frustrating for her at the moment. Turns out a year later, guess what? She adopted 2 sisters. You can't make it up. But if it's delivered too soon, it won't make any sense. So there's something about another person coming in with this with you. So isn't that interesting when you said it's just you and your mom and you're still looking for funding? Trust that the big guy knows what he's doing, and your heart will know the truth when you hear it. Watch for the goosebumps your dad just said, because you will feel them. See, goosebumps, I say this to people all the time. Goosebumps is your soul letting you know the difference between bullshit and truth. Your body feels truth and will register truth through your receptors. You will feel it and you'll know in your heart of hearts. Does that make sense? Go tanning or something, because he keeps giving you a bathing suit. He's pulling his energy back, but he keeps giving you a bathing suit. Did you
Go out. I've been in the house for these 2 days doing paperwork for the funding.
Do it when you feel good. But if you're in that energy where you feel like, oh, it's a chore, don't do it, because then it's going to line up in that energy. Go take care of your needs, and then you'll have more clarity and energy to give to that paperwork.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the last month, my friend. Enjoy it, because after this, it gets really busy. You're birthing 2 things at once.
Mhm.
All right. I'm going to let him pull his energy back. I hope that was helpful.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Okay, Pam, I'm coming to you. You've got a couple of people around you, to be honest with you. You're gonna have to tell me who you want me to focus on. Sometimes you guys have a lot of souls on the other side, but I only got a small amount of time with you, right? It's funny, your mute's still on. We practiced this before, remember?
Okay. There.
There we go. Who would you like me to connect to, hun?
My husband.
Got ya. Is your mom on the other side as well?
No.
His mom?
Yes.
Because all I know is he's coming through with mom. Like I said, I could see a couple of people there, but as soon as you said my husband, He's like coming. I heard him say, I'm bringing mom. Oh, I know why. Because when you have a lot of pain or grief or trauma around somebody's passing, it's harder for me to see them or to connect to them sometimes because it's distorted energy, kind of like water distorts sound. You can still hear underwater, but it'll go like this. So what'll happen is the soul that you don't have as much grief or pain around will step forward first because I can see them real easy. Like I said, I could see the lady behind your shoulders like that. And so what they do is they clear that energy away to bring forward the person you want to connect to. So let's do this. All right, both feet flat on the floor. We're going to start with a connection exercise.
I got to get my feet up here. There we go.
All right. So what I want you to do is when I'm done talking, I want you to close your eyes and then I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body and then blow it directly towards me and give me a minute to focus. You go ahead and get comfortable, hon. I like his energy, I'll tell you that. Okay, you go ahead and get comfortable. I'm just going to keep my eyes closed for a minute here because it's easier for me to see them this way. This beginning part is what I call the puzzle dump. I call it that because for me, it feels just like when you're building a puzzle, you got to dump out all the pieces and then organize them to figure out how they fit together. When we do that connection exercise, your loved ones just start throwing a huge amount of puzzle pieces over my senses. And so I'm just going to explain to you everything I'm picking up, and then we'll go back and figure out how that fits, okay?
Okay.
So right away, like I said, the energy that he stepped forward with was very reassuring and humorous almost. He stepped forward and showed me that he could breathe and he felt so much better on the other side. And he kind of looked down and he's like, greatest weight loss ever, like greatest diet or something ever. Like he's in the best shape of his life on that side. So I don't know if he just at the end of his life felt like, because he's making me feel like I can't move so well in my own body. I just feel like I don't have a quality of life in my own body. Remember, they take me through their passing from their perspective, not ours. He shows me, I feel like I can't breathe. I go to the chest and I see quick, sudden, or unexpected passing, at least for him, very quick. But I also see the soul tethered to the body. Now, what that means is that sometimes they will show me the soul tethered to the body with a spiritual cord, kind of like a baby is tethered to mom with the umbilical cord. Sometimes they will show me that that scenario. They will step out of their body but stay attached to it at the end of their world. If they do that for a couple of reasons. Sometimes it's because the body was in such a state of disrepair that they weren't in the body to feel the trauma of it. Sometimes it's because they're in a coma or unresponsive and they're not passed yet, so they're connected. And sometimes it means that they passed before anybody else got there and they stayed with the body until somebody else got there. How do you understand this? How did your husband pass, hon?
He'd had, oh shoot, sorry.
That's okay.
He'd had surgery that was supposed to go okay, and he ended up with infection. So he was in the hospital. And he just went downhill and downhill, and I had to decide the decision.
Got ya. As you're saying this, he says exactly this is why it's so important that they take me through their passing from their perspective and not yours. Because what he just said for that is he showed me immense gratitude and my symbol for making choices and decisions, and that was exactly the choice that he needed you to make. He was staying tethered to his body until you made that choice, because that man would have stayed in that condition forever if that's what it took to give you peace. All he wanted was for you to be at peace with that decision before he would go. And the important part of him taking me through his passing, remember what he said? He felt really restricted, like I couldn't move, I couldn't do anything, I had no quality of life. And the minute that you made that choice, he snapped his fingers and he said he was instantaneously in love, light, and peace and free of pain. You understand that? And then his mom is there and he's showing me the handshake. Was his mom already on the other side before he passed?
Yes, quite a few years.
So
But he
that's
did talk about her the one day he was calling out to Ma, and my niece thought he was calling to me, and I said, no, that's his mom.
Do you see why when you come to connect with me, his mom is right here with him? Because he needs you to know that that's real, that she came to get him, and that he was not alone for a single second. He said that you made all the right choices and decisions around his passing, and this man is so in love with you, it's not even funny. He just keeps showing love, 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 and humor. He's like, you got to make her laugh. I can't leave here until she laughs.
The
He's
last day, it was peaceful. I knew because there was a difference in the room. There was a difference of, it was peace.
And as you say that, I see his mom there, and I see a lot of like angelic figures. And did you see a lot of the birds and the feathers and signs like that around that time? Do you remember back noticing any of that?
I don't, but now that I'm just thinking too, I said to my daughter, I think it was the night before he passed, I said, grandma was here, and she said, I know it too. So we both felt that she was there.
So she absolutely was trying to instill that feeling of peace, but she's using signs. She keeps showing me the birds and feathers, and she's wanting you to know that that's her. See, the thing is that if they use spirit doesn't have a voice to communicate with speech, they have to use signs and symbols. But if I write you a message in Chinese and you don't know how to read Chinese, it's useless to you. I'm not going to keep showing it to you, right? And birds and feathers, as you're talking about that scenario, I see the birds and the feathers all over the place, because birds and feathers have a connection to angels. Angels have a meaning, symbolize protection. And birds and angels together symbolize that you are being watched over and guided in a situation. So pay attention when you start finding those feathers, or you see that bird that's waking you up every single morning, or, how much you want to bet if you could go back and look at that morning. Because see, if you don't understand a sign, you're just passing it off as that's just a bird, right? But I bet you in that morning she tried, because she's emphasizing very strongly that she's been trying to send you birds to let you know that every little thing is going to be all right.
Would that count for feathers? The last couple of days I've been finding like crazy.
Yes,
Okay.
because they get you ready to be ready for the message they want me to deliver. Do you remember the message I said just to the lady before you? You wouldn't understand a message until you're ready to understand it. So
Yeah.
your loved ones are masters of synchronicity and alignment. They use their energy to put you in the right place at the right moment at the right time so that you can receive the message they want you to get. And if they want me to give you a message like watch for the feathers and the birds, and your mother-in-law is saying she's been sending them this whole freaking time and that's her, she's going to start sending you that sign the day or a day or two before we connect to let you know that she's showing up, that
Okay.
she's here, that she was getting you ready to be ready. Okay, so your husband's like, back to me. He's got, not me, him. He's got a rose, which is birthday, anniversary, or a date that happens once a year. I feel like he's taken me to September or October, actually. And I feel like there's 2 roses. How do you understand that? He just corrected me. I'm going August and then like September, October. I got a break, but there's still 2 roses.
Would it be my daughter? Wedding anniversary comes up September.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he had his surgery a week after our anniversary, but that was in May. We celebrated our 50th.
So he's like, he's definitely talking about, because I'm going September, October.
Okay.
He's definitely wishing your daughter a happy anniversary and wanting her to know that he'll be there celebrating with her. But how many years has she been married?
Oh gosh, I think this might be 29 or 30. I'm not real good at that stuff. He was better at it than I was.
You don't look old enough to have a daughter who's been married for 30 years, but
Oh, thank
okay.
you.
All I know is he's given me 2 roses. So they're for that time frame. I feel like it's split by a week or a month in between or something, but he puts 1 rose here, 1 rose here, and he said he's not missing it.
And I can't think right now.
That's okay. This is why we record them and put them up on the internet, right? So that
Which is
when,
good.
and he's rolling his eyes, which is a good sign, which makes me, they do that when it's obvious you just are not thinking of it at this exact moment.
And he knows I forget things easy.
You know, he's still with you. And he said, say that again and again and again. I am still here. You smell him sometimes, he just said. Do you get a whiff of, I don't know what smell you reminds you of him, but he's making me feel like every once in a while it'll come out of nowhere and you're like, what the heck is that? It's actually him.
Okay.
Do you know what he's talking about?
I did the other night smelt something, but my daughter my daughter looks for the smell of him and she can smell him easier than I can.
Perfect. That's just his way of letting you know that when you are smelling him, that's real. It's your heart interpreting his presence. Your heart is another sense. We've been taught about our 5 physical senses, but your heart is another sensor that will sense the non-physical energy all around you. And then your brain interprets that as a thought that interrupts the rest of your thoughts. Just like when you smell something. You smell it and then you go, oh, I know what that is. That's this. When your loved one is around, you feel their presence and you're like, I know what that is. That's this. That's your husband. That is very real.
That's good. I'll show her this because she's having such a hard time.
This is why he's talking about being there for the anniversary. And this is why it's so important that it doesn't matter if I understand the message right now. They don't change the message just because I don't understand it, because he knows your daughter's going to understand the second rose. And the second rose is either he's saying that, so it's either like another birthday anniversary or a date that happens once a year is either happening in September or October. It could even be August, like I said, but it's somewhere in that period of time, back to back. And if he gives you a message that you don't understand, and then you tell your daughter and she's like, Mom, I never told you this, or whatnot, and then that's your husband's way of getting a message to your daughter that even you don't understand at this moment in time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Oh, he's funny. Um, did your husband have false teeth?
No.
Because what he did is he said, you tell her I can eat anything I want up here. And I'm seeing him like biting stuff and like meat and steak. And I'm like, usually I'll see that kind of message if they had troubles chewing or false teeth.
He did have trouble chewing, but he didn't have false teeth. But he wanted a steak so bad for our anniversary, but he knew he couldn't chew it. So he had
Yeah.
fish instead.
Yeah. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Randomly specific. Very random, but specific to your situation. So what he just said when you said that is just know that now he is he is high vibrational energy all around you. He's not gone. He's still here. It's just that he's energy. When you are tasting food, you are using your physical senses to sense the energy of that food. But your husband's all,
Sorry. Mm. sorry.
Don't be sorry. Are you okay?
I'm okay.
God, in Jesus'
I
name,
get
I pray that she's okay.
it's my nerves.
You just take your time. I got all the time in the world.
That's that's what happened the day that we both went to the hospital. He was going and I had a spell.
Got ya.
Okay.
Well, as you started shaking, I could see the white blanket that he just popped over your shoulders, which is my sign for watching over somebody that has health or stress issues here in the physical world. Duh, you were just like having a seizure or something there. But it's interesting that that happened right at the same time that he was telling you that he could feel the energy all around you. He tastes what you taste. He feels what you feel. So as you were going through that, and as soon as he said that, you started shaking. And I thought he was going to bring up food, but nope, he's talking about your health. He wants you to know that as you're going through that he's right there with you and you're not alone. Because what he kept saying in my head was, thank you for your prayers and make sure she knows that she's not alone for this. I could feel this fear of being alone if that happens. Do you know what he's talking about?
Yep.
Just know that there's not a second that you are alone, that he's very much with you and that he wants to be able to help you with whatever you need. But you got to ask him to help you with that. You got to be specific. And I feel like he's trying to bring somebody into the house. Do you live alone, honey?
Yes. Yes.
Have you been looking for somebody to come in and help you get some stuff done?
No.
Because he's trying to send somebody in to give you some care and so that you don't have to stress out so much.
I know because he used to worry about this.
There is no
When I
used
had
to.
him.
He's still right
He
beside you.
does.
He said, stop being so stubborn. It feels like your kids or somebody else has said, come on, mom, we want to send somebody to help you.
Yep.
And you're like, no. He's like, listen, you got to take care of you because it's not your time yet. And it's interesting because he said that you need to know that your family still needs you here so much and that it's not your time yet, but he's still with you. And so my job is to teach you his language so that you can feel him and communicate with him every single day. And when you understand he's still with you, he will send you what you need, but you just got to ask him. You just got to say, this is exactly what I need. I need somebody to help me. I need whatever. Ask for money. I recommend asking for money when you got a husband like that on the other side. Whatever it is you need, ask him and watch him line it up for you. And when you receive what you've asked for, right after you've asked for it, within days or, a shorter period of time, it is going to be mathematically impossible to be fluke, random, or chance. You will feel his presence around you. And he's trying to get you better. He said that he needs you getting focused on getting better. His mom loves you so much too, just so you know. It's interesting because she's making me feel like she passed a long time ago, like a number of years ago. I feel like she knows you better than you even know her. And she's got so much gratitude for the love that you gave her son, or in her words, putting up with his ass all these years. She's got so much gratitude for you for that you've got so many people on the other side watching over you, hun. They just need you to tell them what you need so they can send it. If you focus on how stuck you are or how sad you are or whatnot, you're just going to get more sadness and more stuck. Do you know what I mean?
Yep. Thank
So
you.
he's sending you help, and then he said, can we get these glasses done? Let's do these glasses. Let's do these glasses. Do you need new glasses?
I know I kept breaking glass. I always lose this arm because I pull them off. So this arm always comes off. So I have to get new ones. And this is what I go. Yes.
Got ya. So he went with you for that. So that's something that just recently happened.
Yeah. I
It's
just
funny.
go to the dollar store because I can do that still. But he always laughs because I have glasses all over the place or I lose them.
That's hilarious. So his parting words as he's on his way out is to give you an inside joke of,
Yes.
don't forget to get those glasses.
Yep.
See, I don't always get the inside joke, but I always know it means something.
Yep.
Just know he's safe and at peace on the other side. You made all the right choices and decisions, and he is very much still with you. I say that, and I thought we were going to pull our energy back, but now I'm seeing something about, is he cremated?
Yes.
Because he showed me his ashes in more than one place. So either that means you've spread his ashes or more than one person have his ashes.
That my daughter bought necklaces for them and the kids, and I put them in, and I've got one for my son.
Got ya. He's thanking you for that. That's why he's like, he's here and there and there and there and there, and he's loving that. He loves that he gets to be with all of you.
Okay. That's awesome.
He's pulling his energy back, hon. I hope that was helpful.
Very much so. Thanks so much.
You are so welcome. And I'm just going to say a special prayer that God will look after you and keep you healthy and safe so that you don't have to go through any more of those spells.
Thanks,
Amen.
Tracy.
You're welcome.
Amen.
Okay, Larissa, I'm coming to you, hon. I get really hot at this point. You guys have a lot of souls on the other side, and souls have body heat, just like people have heat. You get 20 people in the room, it gets hot. Who do you want me to connect to, hon?
Do you feel anybody coming through? Like,
You have
I-
a lot of people around you, actually, and multiple generations, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
you've got older generations, probably grandparents and great grandparents, and there's somebody blood related that's younger and somebody not blood related that's, I don't, who do you want? Ha! See what I mean? You got a lot of people around you.
yeah, I don't know. I think I'd like to connect with Mason. He is my baby's father.
Whoa. Okay, perfect. That would be the non blood related younger male right here. Got ya. Let's do this, honey. Both feet flat on the floor. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it directly towards me and give me a minute to focus. Oh, okay, here we go. Puzzle dump. Are you ready?
Yes.
So as he steps forward, he's kind of funny actually. He steps forward and he asked me right away. He's like, almost, how do I explain this? He's like making me laugh. Like, you see how good looking I am? Can she see me? Can she see how good looking I am? And I'm like, dude, I'm not here to see that. Right away, he made me feel very nauseous and sick. Now, I'm not exactly sure what that means yet. Sometimes that means that there is a connection with a substance in some way, shape, or form, because I'm highly allergic to like alcohol. So if they had anything in their system, or if they're like I've felt that around me if they got hit by a drunk driver or something. I'm not exactly sure what that means yet. He could have just been sick. All I know is he takes me to the stomach. I feel extraordinarily nauseous. I have spinning thoughts, which is my sign that I'm not in my right mind. I didn't communicate before I passed away. I couldn't communicate, or that I was actually spinning as I took my last breath. I do feel like there is something about trying to breathe. I get a blanket of responsibility around my shoulders, his shoulders, which doesn't necessarily mean suicide or anything. It just means that I take responsibility for how or where I was when this happened. Um, I got to slow him down because he's going really, really fast. He's showing me distance or space, which is my symbol that either he was a distance away when this happened, or it had been some time since you guys had talked, or something like that. He's showing me distance or space. And I can smell smoke around him. I know I saw you smoking, but so that could be me feeling that around you, but I smell smoke as he comes in. Is some of this making sense?
Yeah.
How did he pass?
Um, we're waiting for the toxology report to come through, but he struggled with substance abuse, and um, yeah, he basically had said he didn't feel well and that he had relapsed using something that he normally doesn't, and he felt sick. Um,
That's
uh,
exactly what he said to me as he stepped forward. He made me feel very sick and nauseous and overemphasized that. And like I said, spinning thoughts, not able to say goodbye. I here again, he's emphasizing that at the end, though, he took a deep breath and then I go to sleep.
mm,
But was he in a different place or a different city when this happened? Like,
like he was at his house, which is here in Calgary, but a little ways away from me. Yeah.
now he says he's watching over the two. So you said this was your son's father, but do you have another child as well?
I do. Yeah. Yeah.
So you have the two children?
I have multiple. I have a total of 6.
Okay.
So, but our son was just born on the 27th of June,
Oh, honey.
but he was pretty close to one of my kids, but he always jokingly said my daughter and my youngest son were his favorite. So,
That gives me chills. Because as he's like saying to you, yes, I'm watching over the kids, but I'm watching over the other two as well, or the two as well. Do you know what I mean?
mhm.
I can tell you that he feels that responsibility again. And I can feel, see, the dead don't apologize the way we wish that they would apologize, but he is definitely showing me that he can see things differently on that side. It feels like what he's saying to me is that he really felt cornered. He didn't know how to get out of this, that it's like this was his coping mechanism. Do you know what I mean?
Yep. I do.
He keeps talking about the tattoo. So, who got the tattoo for him after he passed? Because he keeps showing me my symbol for, well, this is my symbol for proud. And then I feel honored as well. And I see tattoo. But it makes me almost wonder if somebody's getting a tattoo that he had. Did he have a tattoo?
Yeah, he did. He had one tattoo, and I actually, after he passed to me, I got a picture of his tattoo, and I plan on getting it.
That's what
So,
he's showing me. He's like, talk about the tattoo, talk about the tattoo. And then he showed me his, and he's like, she's getting my tattoo. He knows. I can't know that. He knows that.
mhm.
It's interesting because he said that you're not alone. You need to know that you're not alone. And that's why it was hard for me to pick out who you wanted me to talk about because he brought your whole family. You
Yeah.
know why? Because they have so much love and gratitude for you because they keep showing me that you're breaking generational chains. You're breaking generational chains all around you. Do you understand that? Do you know what a generational chain is?
Yeah.
And so, even if you don't know your great grandparents and your grandparents, even if you don't know some of those loved ones on the other side, they know you and they know how hard you are working right now to break those generational chains that were passed down. And they want you to know that you have their full support on the other side. Whatever you need here, they're going to align it for you. And then they give you a swimming pool.
Hmm.
Has somebody been asking for a swimming pool?
Oh, we've been swimming a lot. Me and the kids. But yeah, like no, we've literally gone swimming every day. except for today. So
Got yeah. So that's why they're showing me what you want, what you got to do. Your I was about to say husband. He's like, I didn't get that honor yet. He's like, And then I heard friends, we were on a break. Were you guys on a break when he passed?
yeah, we were.
Um, So he pushed everybody else away because he wants you to ask him for this stuff. He wants to go with you when you go swimming. They'll show me something like that because it's like he's saying, ask me to go with you. Because if you ask him to go with you, what's going to happen is he's going to use his energy to line something up for you so that you will feel his presence. You might find the dimes or the nickels in the change room when you go, or you might see somebody in a crowd that looks just like him. And I feel like he does that to you. I feel like sometimes when you're out and about, you'll have to do a double take because somebody looks just like him. Has that happened to you before?
It's happened once. Yeah, once. A friend of ours seen somebody who looked just like him, near a place that where we used to go. So
That's exactly how it works. It's
yeah.
exactly when you do the things that you used to do with him, and when you invite him along, he will line things up like that so you will feel his presence. They do that. They'll make you see somebody just like them so that you know that they're with you at that exact moment.
Mhm.
He said that he's got a list, a honey-do list, and he's taken it very seriously now that he's on the other side and he's free and clear in his mind and his heart. Do you need a car? Because he's working on the car. There's some, whoops, I hit the microphone. There's something about the car. And I see this because I don't know if you need to clean it up, change it up. I'm not sure what this means. It's like cleaning, the energy around it is cleaning it out or cleaning it up. I'm not sure what that means.
Right. It needs. I just bought a vehicle a few months ago, and his parents have been helping me um, make some calls because I bought it used, but it needs some repairs. So maybe that's
That's exactly what he would be talking about. Because, see, I can't know that, right? But when you connect with me, your loved ones, that's what I mean about randomly specific. They're going to bring up the details that are very specific in your life. Might sound random to me, but very specific to what's going on in your life. And they can still help you with these things. But you got to ask them. What was his name?
so his name was Mason.
So you go, all right, Mason, help me with this car. Send a mechanic to fix it for me, or get me a deal on this so that it is fixed really cheap. Or heck, bring me a brand new car. Find a way to fix this car. Because when that energy lines up in your world like that, it will be mathematically impossible to be fluke, random, or chance right after you've asked him for his help. And you will feel his presence. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
I'm not exactly sure what this means, but he's thanking you for the peace with his family. I'm seeing the heart, which is my symbol for healing and reconnection, and something about baby steps. But there's a lot of gratitude for the situation, that the way that it was handled around his family. Do you understand what that means?
I think so. Yeah.
To me, it feels like you were the bigger person in a situation, if that makes sense. You've been being kind even when maybe kindness wasn't always shown to you, or you've been taking somebody's grief with thick skin. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Mm, okay.
I see this is my symbol for named after or just like. I don't know if you said he died right before, right after the baby was born, but did you name that baby after him?
Yes.
Because he's showing me that, and thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, it's kind of interesting because he's making me feel like you never would have done that if he was still here.
No.
Do you understand that?
No, I he didn't want to find out the gender. When I found out I was pregnant, and he said I kind of just gave it away. At the last ultrasound we had gone to together, they said, do you want to know? And he said, I don't. I said, I do, because it's my sixth baby. It wasn't my first. I just wanted to know. But I told him, I said, I won't tell you, you know. But I had asked him at one time, what do you think of like if it were a boy, like name some names. He really liked the name Elijah. I wasn't so fond of it. But so like even though I didn't want to name him Elijah, I felt like I had owed Mason, I don't know, just for whatever reason, I was gonna go along with him and allow him to have that. But after he had passed, 'cause he passed away in April, so a few months before he was born, and just in honor of him, I named him Mason Elijah. Yeah.
That gives me shivers. And now, because he said exactly, do you know how much that meant to his family?
Oh yeah.
Do you see what he's going to make me cry now? Don't. I have amethyst. That's not nice. Um, That's my filter to try to filter those emotions out, but that's how emotional he got. I love how they do that. They tell me, thank you for what you did for my family. Thank you for that move. You were the bigger person. You did an act of kindness. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Naming that baby after their son, I can feel the peace and reconnection that that gives them.
Mm,
Do you understand that?
absolutely. Yeah, I do. I want to ask, is there a mom energy around me?
There's a lot of energy around you. Absolutely. Is this your mom on the other side?
Yeah.
Okay, let's bring her through. It's interesting because she steps forward with some dizzying energy. I feel very dizzying in my thoughts. I feel like I can't quite communicate. Oops, I hit my microphone before I pass away. She's taken me back sometimes. She shows me sudden, unexpected, or traumatic passing because I taste blood. When I taste blood, it doesn't necessarily mean that there was blood. It just means that the passing was like traumatic for the soul or for the people that were left behind. Do you
Hmm.
understand that?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
She won't take me through it though. She just says she wants you to know that the minute that she was on the other side, she was good. So, by the way she was saying that, I could feel that it was probably a painful situation. How did your mom pass?
Again, they kind of involved substance and
That's why
yeah,
it feels so shocking, right? It just feels like shocking.
yeah. I was home with her that night and I'm the person who woke up that morning and found her gone. So it was very traumatic.
That's would make sense. She's like
Yeah.
making me my head hurt all up and down this side.
Mm,
She's been there for a little while, hasn't she? Like
yeah.
time is relative. So an hour can feel like 20 or 20 hours can feel like a day. Like, you know what I mean? It just depends on the situation. I probably said that wrong, but she's
Mhm.
making me feel like she's been there for like 4 or 5 years, maybe more. How long has mom been on the other side?
Oh, she's been gone 10 years. So it's been a while.
It's
Yeah.
interesting because as you said that you were the one that found her, she's showing me gratitude and she showed me that soul tethered to the body again. You heard me explain that earlier, right? So she
Yeah.
felt your heartbeat. She said that she literally felt your heartbeat as you came in to check on her and that she stayed with her body until you found her.
Mm,
I'm also seeing the named after or just like, I feel like more than one child is named after her. Like, I don't know if you have siblings as well that have a child named after her or something like that, but she makes me feel like she has more than one namesake here in the physical world. Do you understand that?
my daughter's named after her. So, well, her middle name Marla Lynn.
Is there
So
another child? Do you have like a sibling who named one of their children after mom as well?
none of my siblings have had kids yet. So maybe
Ah.
one day, but not yet.
This is your mom giving you a peek into what she can see coming up because there's a little hint in there, right? She's like, there's more than one soul named after me. There's more than one soul named after me. Not me, her. So when you say your sisters or your siblings haven't had kids yet, when you said that, she said, "But I hear their prayers." So that is a piece of information that she will give to you because she can hear what they're saying. She can hear them praying that, "Mom, if it's ever, am I ever going to be a mom? Am I ever going to be a parent?" You know what I mean? So she's
Mhm.
already showing me that if she sends that child to them, they better name it after her. She says that joking. She loves the new house, by the way. She said she loves the new house. Did you move like recently? Feels like within the last year.
I've been here for just a little over a year now. Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly what she's talking about. She's saying that she kind of helped you with that. So when they help you with something, it will line up in your world. It will be kind of synchronistic and easy. Do you understand
Mhm.
that?
Okay, yeah.
That was her.
Okay. Thanks, Mom.
She just showed you the pinky finger, which is my symbol that you have more nurturing and love ability in your pinky finger than some people do in their whole body. And she's immensely proud of you for the steps that you are taking right now to break those generational chains. She's literally showing me this, which is the breaking of an addiction. And I see 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. That's how it's supposed to go. So, do you understand that? It's like don't beat
Mhm.
up on yourself because you are not getting as fast as you want to get there. It's like the tortoise and the hare. Do you know what I mean? Steady, slow and steady wins the race. She's just so impressed and proud of you because you have done more for those kids because of how much you love them than she was ever able to do in this physical reality. She hears you talking to her all the time. She needs you to know that when you're talking to her, that she's absolutely standing there right beside you. Um, why did she give you a new garden hose or something? She's giving you a garden hose. That's weird. What's with the
Hmm.
garden hose? Do you have a garden hose?
I don't know.
Got ya. Because she's like, what is this? You don't have to go to the pool every day to stick a hose and get the kids running through the sprinkler. They're little water babies, hey?
Oh yeah, yeah, they are all of them.
She's not missing a single moment of it. Did you get your tubes fixed or tied after this last baby? Or is that
No,
something you've been thinking about?
I thought about it, or people have like asked me, and I said no. Um, I don't think it's something I want to do. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like 6 is a good number, and I seem pretty fertile, so I don't know. I need to be cautious in the future. Because yeah, I said if I had a C-section, I probably would have had it done, but I
Yeah.
didn't. So yeah,
So what is meant to be will always find a way.
absolutely. Hmm.
Just know that they're there with you. They're sending you all the signs as well. Your mom's like pushing baby daddy out of the way. She's like just stuck her tongue out. She's like, ah, she asked for me. And she's been dead longer, so he's letting her go first. But she's giving me every sign. She's showing me the birds. She's showing me the coins. She's showing me the sky, like pointing up and sending you messages from the sky. So that could be birds and feathers and stuff, or it could be like rainbows or clouds. I'm not exactly sure, but she said that's her. That's her in the sky. How do you understand that?
I'm not sure, I don't know if that would connect. I do, I mean, like when there's a nice sunset or something, I tend to take a picture. Um, or at night, like I like stargazing, so um
So that's okay. So the next time that you do that, because remember how I said earlier, the dead, you have to ask them and invite them along. And when you do, they will show up and send you signs that they're there. When you're looking up at that sky, say, twinkle for me, Mom. You're a star in the sky. Send me a star. Send me a star. Send me a shooting star. Send me a sign. Twinkle for me. Do something. Show me that you're here and watch twinkle. And it'll be literally mathematically impossible to be fluke, random, or chance.
Mhm. Okay.
As she's pulling her energy back, she showed me the gentleman to the side. So I'm not sure if that's dad or her brother on the other side, but she just literally held hands. She's trying to let you know. I'm getting very hot at this moment because she's bringing everybody forward to try to let me know who else is on the other side. So when you said, "Do you see anybody around me?" I'm like, "Oh, girl." So is your dad also on the other side?
Not my dad. Her dad is, and her
Her
brother,
brother to the
one of
side.
my little brothers.
Got ya. See, this is why I make you guys give me a focus in these little readings because I only get 10, 15 minutes with you or 15, 20 minutes with you. And if I try to bring them all through, it just gets like hot. As soon as you said my little brother, I saw your mom show me the heart going around the two of them, which is healing and reconnection. And she's got a lot of relief to be reconnected on that side. Feels like he's been there for a very, very long time. Are they buried or placed together as well?
Pretty close together, yeah. Yeah.
Because I saw gratitude that we're together, we're together, we're together. And her parents are very much on the other side as well. It feels like, because she's showing me the two people above her holding hands, which is together or married in the physical world.
Probably be my great grandparents. They're both gone now, and yeah.
You have an enormous amount of people around you, an enormous amount of people around you, which means that you're protected, which means that all you got to do is focus on asking and thinking about where you want to go, and they will guide you there. And having that many people on the other side is like, you remember how we were talking about the flowing river before? All you got to do is lay back and let it carry you. Well, when you have that many people around you protecting you and trying to carry you forward, literally all you got to do is steer. Tell them what you need, and they will flood you with information because they are still here. It's interesting. Are you kind of very new to my page? Or because when I said that, they said, just like we brought you here today.
I am, yes.
However you found me, that's their voice. Their voice sounds like and feels like synchronicity and alignment, coincidence. Coincidence means means together. An incident is a happening. It is together happenings that put you in the right place at the right moment at the right time to receive what you've asked for.
Mm,
And it's like, not everybody can afford to sit down with somebody like me for a whole private reading, right? It can be expensive because I have to charge enough to be able to pay the bills. However, that's the beauty of these live readings, that not other mediums offer things like this. So when you ask for something that's affordable, that'll get a message to that. They're like, okay, here you go. Here's this girl. Boom. And it feels like bada bing, bada boom, like that easy.
okay.
Your baby's teething already? She can't be teething already. He's just
I hope
born in
not.
June?
Yeah. Jokingly, my daughter says, I think he's getting teeth. She said that
I'm
earlier.
I'm telling
But
you, your mom heard that because when she said that to me, I'm like, he can't be. He's like a month old. They don't get teeth that young. Again, that's a sign that she was listening to that. She heard her say that. They are right there. She is like the dust in a sunbeam. You know, when a sunbeam is blaring through your window and you can see all the particles of dust within it? When that sunbeam's not there, you can't see the dust, can you? But does that mean that the dust isn't there? It's still there. It's just that our physical eyes can only see a very small portion of what's right in front of us. Your mom is very much there, just like the dust in the sunshine. You might not always be able to see her, but she sees you. And she heard your daughter have that conversation with you this morning. She's not missing anything. They're incredibly proud of you.
They feel good knowing that.
Good. She's pulling her energy back, and as she does, she's braiding one of their hair. I'm not sure what's up with that. And then you just made your camera light right up. Did you just braid one of your children's hair, or how do you understand the braids? It feels significant.
Where my daughter had extensions put in her hair. She got them done last month, and we finally started taking them out last night.
Yeah.
So
She's not missing a thing. You understand? She's not
yeah.
missing a thing. All right, now they're pulling their energy back. I hope that that was helpful, hon.
That was amazing. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Okay, Christina, I'm coming to you. Just got to take your mute off. Whew, it gets hot in here. Hello, my girl. How are you?
Okay.
Do you got a focus for me?
Not really.
Did you just grocery shop?
I went and got a couple things. Like I didn't go like grocery shopping.
All I know is Timmy's showing me the cupboards and taking me there and going, look at what we got, look at what we got, look at what we got. I'm like, we haven't even started yet. And he's showing me all the goodies in the cupboards.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you don't give me a focus. They just jump in and tell me whatever it is that they want to say. All right, my girl, both feet on the floor. Let's see what he's got to say.
Okay.
Close your eyes. Take a deep breath, picturing it start at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it directly towards me. And give me a minute to focus. It's interesting. He's like talking about getting excited about the small things. He's talking about, I'm not sure what this means. He's getting all excited, yes, about the groceries, getting excited about little things. Hold on a second. Have you been kind of bored lately, Christina?
A little bit. Work's been kind of slow, like routes have been getting cut lately. Yeah. But I've been through so much, so I'm just like I just tell myself like I'm grateful for what I have and count my blessings. So that
Good.
could be what he's talking about because I count the little things. Like
Good.
a lot of people don't appreciate the little things as like I do.
That's exactly what he's talking about. And then he gave you a bag of sunflower seeds. What is with the sunflower seeds? Or nuts? Have you been eating more nuts? Why is he giving you nuts or seeds?
No, but the other day, my cousin brought over carrot cake and it had nuts in it.
No, I don't think that's it, honey. I think he's giving you, because when you said that, he's like, yeah, I don't think, like, when you said that, he showed me he doesn't really like carrot cake or he doesn't want carrot cake. But I feel like he's giving you nuts, like sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, something like that.
I'm not sure because I don't usually eat nuts.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's funny when you say that he doesn't change the message. He's like, I don't care, and I still see them around you.
Yeah, I'm puzzled though.
What do you say puzzled? Because that's the other thing he's showing me is a literal puzzle, like literal puzzle. but I don't, it's interesting because he's showing me a puzzle, but I don't feel like you're doing a puzzle. He's giving you snacks. He's elevating your energy. This is why I ask if you're bored or something, because it feels like he's trying to give you things to do, healthy things to eat, things like he's trying to elevate your energy so that you're not bored. I don't know exactly why.
Well, I have been like having the urge to want to hang out with my friend Vicky more. You know,
He's good with that.
well, I know he is, but his brother's another story, you know. Them teenagers don't wanna,
Hang out with the little kids.
yeah.
He's funny. He's like, I don't care. I'm a little kid. We're good. Little kids are just, even on that side, it's not that they're selfish, but they're selfish.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, I don't care. My brother's still got a body. I don't. So I win. We're going over to her house and I'm hanging out with the kids.
Yeah.
I'm still seeing seeds. I just don't know why. Next
Oh,
time you go
wow.
over, how much you want to bet that there's going to be some there or something? Because as soon as I say that, now that kind of goes away. And he's talking about being there for a campfire. Does she have like a fire pit or something?
I don't think she has a fire pit,
Oh, I'm telling you.
but maybe they're gonna end up coming down here and we do a fire.
You have a fire pit?
Well, I don't, but my cousin does over in their side of the park.
Have you guys been talking about getting together for a fire or something?
Yeah,
he's
we're always talking about getting together to do things.
got ya. So, feels like that's probably what's coming up because he's showing me the cookout, he's showing me the fire, I'm seeing the snacks, I'm seeing all of it. It's funny because as we say that, I can feel Sharif's not big on that one either. It's like, oh, this is so boring. And Timmy's like, I don't care. We're doing it.
Yeah. I think Timmy the other day actually, on my way to work. Well, when we were driving to start delivering the route, I thanked him for always being with me.
He hears you. As soon as you said that, he said that he
And he
responded.
played a music. He kept putting a song. My phone, like I don't ever have my phone connected to like the Vans stereo, but the other day my phone was connected to the Van stereo, and I have the All of Me song has been my ringtone since he was here in the physical world, and he used to love that song, and that song kept playing over and over all day that day.
Yeah. That's how they let you know that they're there. Not just that, but he's also showing me bunnies and squirrels and little
Oh yeah,
furry animals.
constantly. Yeah.
Because he's in that energy with you, in the happiness and the joy. Mm. Feels like you're in a bit of a pause, which is why it feels almost boring. It's not that it's boring, it's just that the energy is like slower right now. This is your rest time. Enjoy it. Have fun. Spend time with your friends because work is going to pick up again. We're coming to the Christmas season, right? As soon
No,
as
I
the summer's
know.
over. So take this moment as your rest and relaxation moment and let the energy carry you where it's meant to go. And ask him to help you put together that barbecue because it feels like it would be good for everybody involved. And it feels like it's a way that he can kind of help you line it up. Like when you said we're always talking about it, he's like, well, you didn't ask me to line it up for you. Ask me, Mom. We'll make sure that we line it up like so that nobody gets called into work and nobody has anything come up and we can all actually make it. And then he put the white blanket around your mom's shoulders and said he's watching over Grandma too. So has Mom had some health or stress issues this week?
I believe so. I think she's been like having a little bit of a rough week.
I think so too, because he doesn't always say that. Like I read for you every week and he doesn't, that's a unique message from him. So just No, it feels like it would be good for mom to come to a barbecue like that too, to get together with everybody as well. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah, because Amy actually, mom told me the other day how Amy voiced how she would like her to go outside and get a little fresh air and whatnot. So she's been trying to get to that stage of being able to do that.
Well, if there was a family barbecue that was all set up, she would attend, even if it was for just an hour or so.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, he likes the cards. He's asking me to do the cards. I keep playing with them because he said, "Ask her, ask her, ask her. Give me a direction. What do you want some clarity in? Anything."
Well, like, am I on the right track?
According to whom?
I don't know.
So let me help you rephrase that question because that is too big of an open-ended question. You have to say, am I on the path of my highest good or on the path of what my sole purpose is here? Am I doing what I need to do? But see,
How do you even know like what your purpose is?
you don't always know what your purpose is. The point is,
Because I feel like I should be doing more, Tracy, but I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing.
you got to pray
Like I
for
know that
discernment.
hang on, like there's a big part of me that is telling me like that I should be like telling his story and our story, but like I'm not that great at writing a book. And I mean, sure, I could go on TikTok and tell everybody his story from my point, but I've never done that either. So like, yeah.
The thing is, everything you just said are possibilities. And of course, you're not going to be good at any of those things because you've never practiced them. Nobody is born an expert at anything. I don't care who you are. Even those, those really talented and gifted kids. You see a 2-year-old that makes all the baskets. He wasn't born that way. He practiced from the time that he was 3 months old, throwing baskets into that basket before he was that good. What you were talking about is having an idea of where you need to go and an inspiration of your highest purpose, of your sole purpose here. But the question is not what is my soul's purpose when you already know that answer. The real question is, how do I get from where I am to the vision that I see in my head? And that answer comes through baby steps. It comes from, you're never going to see, like we were talking about with Ashley earlier, that God is never going to show you every step of the path. You're only going to see the next step right in front of you. And you already aligned it. You already said it out loud. The next step in front of you, maybe you're not ready to start writing it all down. Maybe it's at the point where you're just supposed to talk about it. Maybe you're just supposed to talk about it on TikTok. Who cares? You think anybody's good at TikTok the first time that they start? Trust me. I look back at the videos that I did a couple of years ago and I laugh. And 2 years from now, when I see the videos that I do today, I'm probably gonna roll my eyes in embarrassment as well. It does not matter. All that matters is that you keep taking steps forward. Keep making your choices and decisions based on love and faith, and they will keep blooming. You heard those messages earlier today in members. That is your job, to tell them what you need and let them line it up for you at the exact right moment, at the exact right time. You know what cards came out when I was asking about you being on the road on your soul purpose? First of all, resiliency. That even though, see, in tarot, every one of these wands, this is the 9 of Wands, every one of these wands represents a journey. And in tarot, 1 is the beginning of a journey, 10 is the end. And you're at the 9 here. And see, this guy, he's got like a bandaged head. He's kind of torn up. It's like, okay, you know what? I've been through 9 battles already, but I'm still here. This is about resiliency, standing up for yourself, doing what you need to do, right? Look at what came with it. Communication. Eight of Wands is the communication card. It is a swift energy. What's interesting is you're moving from the 8 into the 9. That is synchronicity and alignment. 8 of Wands to the 9 of Wands. Using your communication to have that resiliency. And what happens when you do that? Boom, you get the Chariot card, which is immense success, and it is movement forward towards your goals. So once you start speaking about your experience and telling people that you're just hoping that you're sharing your experience will help them with in their situations as well. Once you are starting to speak that energy, it starts to manifest 10 times faster. This card speeds up the pace of the rest of the cards. And next thing you know, those scenarios and those speaking opportunities are going to find you because people are going to see your videos out there and those opportunities will make their way to you. You don't have to go finding them. Your job is to focus on this energy, to be resilient and share and to communicate and to trust. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I've had that gut feeling that like I need to do this because Timmy's story needs to be heard because everything that we went through was one hell of a show.
Yeah.
Like terrible.
Yeah. It absolutely was. And I would encourage you to do that because, especially on TikTok, because contrary to popular belief, you will find a lot of support on there. And so when you share your story, you're going to be supported and find other people contacting you that have been through the same thing you've been through or similar experiences. You're going to be contacted by people that are going through it now and don't know how to recover. You are going to put your voice out there and be an opportunity for other people to see that light in the dark to help them get through this too. You're an example that if you can survive this, so can they. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Have courage, my friend. Take it one tiny little baby step at a time and just do it. Like Nike, just do it.
Yeah.
Jump in and watch them do the rest. Make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I'm going to let them pull back, but seeing as I got my cards in my hand, I'm just going to pull one more card for Ashley too, because I want her to see where this is going and what's coming up for her. I did cards for everyone else. I know she or not everyone else, but I know she likes cards too, since she's still here, so I'm doing it. Show me what is coming up financially. Huh? Oh, honey, I gotta laugh because I say, show me what's coming up financially. First of all, the card on the bottom of the deck is the King of Wands, which is like the most successful king in the deck, business wise. But not only that, the first card is this, you have defense card. So defending your position. And what did we talk about for your whole reading? That God will only tell you so much of the piece because it's his way of protecting you and keeping you defended, right? And then it came out with this skills and abilities and coin. This is developing the skills and abilities you need to defend this business moving forward. It's all going to work out good because look, you got that massive success on the bottom of the deck. Oh, so cool. Okay, you guys, it is about 500 degrees in this office now, so I'm going to pull back. But thank you guys all for coming, and I look forward to seeing you again next Tuesday because we're not doing these on Friday mornings anymore, so it's just every Tuesday. Have a great rest of your week, you guys.